from one rogue to another. Jeremy Corbyn, I think, looks like he's launching a new party, which is provisionally called Your Party. Sounds like the worst name for a political party I've ever heard. Absolutely dreadful. We all know what Jeremy Corbyn stands for in terms of international affairs and sort of domestic policies he wants, given that he fought 2 elections for Labour. There are suggestions, Monica, that your party might put up candidates in the Holyrood election. Are you worried? Is this a threat to Labour?
So I can't remember when exactly Jeremy Corbyn and Zarah Sultana announced that they were going to form a party. It still doesn't have a name. So is it formally registered as a party yet? I don't even know.
I think so.
They've been
asking, with the electoral commission.
So they've been asking people to sign up to a mailing list, and it's like there's sort of crowdsourcing a name. I mean, I think there's some good people who maybe have got involved in it, who have good intentions, solid socialist principles, but to build a political party, especially this close to elections in the Scottish Parliament, elections in Wales, I think there's more council elections in England next year, they're really up against the clock. So I'm not sure that they'll get their act together to have candidates, to have a manifesto ahead of May. I mean, if they do, that's up to them, but I think it's a bit of a distraction really when, in the Scottish Parliament, we do need political parties who understand Scotland. You were right to say Nigel Farage doesn't really get Scotland. He's up here. He doesn't really know how devolution works, doesn't know about the Scottish Parliament, doesn't know the people involved. And I think this maybe has the same kind of vibe.
A whiff of London about it.
There's a few names being mentioned, people who might be involved, but again, there will be some people who were formerly Labour, like Jeremy Corbyn, but I think there'd be a lot of people kind of on the margins who maybe, again, if you were doing your due diligence, maybe wouldn't be great ambassadors.
But I don't think you can underestimate the potential power that the Corbyn brand has in the UK. He was, for a period, very, very popular. You do just feel that this new party, I mean, if you could even call it a party in all but name, but you can't because it doesn't even have. Yeah. It's
a concept. At the moment, isn't it?
At the moment, I'm not sure if I agree with the idea that people do want to get involved in politics to that degree that they even want to choose the name. I think that by and large, most people have got busy lives. They've got a lot on. They want someone to say, "Here's what we're called. Here's what we stand for. Do you want to vote for us or not?" And so I wouldn't discount them getting their act together, but at the moment, it just doesn't feel that they're going to have tried on numerous occasions to get a hold of Jeremy or anyone really from the party to talk to us. We're one of the few papers that would give them a fair hearing. It's radio silence. You'll get a response to a WhatsApp message and then nothing after that. So it just all feels a bit disorganised at the moment, and it's a shame because I think if they did get their act together, then they could potentially do pretty well. I think people want to. I mean, you kind of know already what they would be standing on. It'd be a platform of a very strong, consistent line on Gaza, which I think is sadly lacking in the other mainstream parties. And I think that the place that could potentially cause problems with or the Labour Party is that there would be a very strong policy on inequality. They would be talking about wealth taxes and about real wealth distribution in the UK, which I don't think we're really getting from the other parties either. So there's potential there. We just feel that that nobody really has the wherewithal to actually create something. I mean, it's not easy creating a new political party. The last time round, Corbyn at least had the machinery of the Labour Party behind him for a time at least.
He doesn't strike me as being an adamant sort of guy.
No, I don't know whether he's someone who can actually build.
I think Jeremy and Zarah Sultana, who I know both of them personally, have a lot of respect for them. They're very principled. So I think people respect that in politics, and you'll always kind of know what they stand for. Although I slightly caveat that because, again, if they're building a big coalition and it's attracting in people kind of on the margins and including people on the real far left, you can kind of get almost like you've got far left populism and then you've got the same with the far right and Farage and so on. So there's a lot of kind of undesirables on the fringes of all of this. And I hate to say, Labour, we're a mainstream party, but we're an established party. We've got a proud history. We've come out of the trade union movement as the political wing of that. We've still got that very close connection with the trade union movement. I mean, you look at some of the best achievements so far of this UK Labour government is that New Deal for working people, enhancing people's rights at work, whether that's for, maternity rights, paternity leave, increasing the minimum wage. In Scotland, that has benefited I think 200,000 of the lowest paid workers in Scotland. These are big things, but it doesn't dominate the news in the way Graham Simpson's affecting to Reform UK does. And no disrespect to Graham, who's been a colleague for a long time, but Graham won't really be that well known across the country, maybe in East Kilbride, where he's had a bigger profile there. And I'm pretty sure Nigel Farage didn't know Graham Simpson until he met him at 11 o'clock in, was it West Lothian this morning? What did West Lothian do to deserve all of this? But
Tice didn't know the names of the two councillors that defected either, did he? I mean, the tragedy of Corbyn's new party is that really there should be a place for Corbyn in the Labour Party. There's that fascinating stat that I don't think Tony Blair chucked anyone out of the Labour Party in all the time that he was quite a controversial leader. He really did take them away from a more left-wing.
George Galloway was kicked out.
Did he?
I think he was expelled
completely.
But, yeah, I know what you mean. It was a rarity.
But even the people breaking the whip went
there should be a place for people like Jeremy Corbyn within the Labour Party. I think people want that. There was our other columnist, Brian Leishman, said, I think there's a quote from an old Labour leader that you need a left and right wing to fly.